Welcome here to I by Papua New Guinea. My name is Ryan. We're at an 11% slope, side of a mountain runway, and we're heading back up to Goroka, my home base. Just a 13-minute flight.
System test. Okay.
On the way, we're going to swing by a huge cave along these really cool cliffs. So let's go ahead and get started. This is my last flight of the day, and my first flight, more or less, and I'm happy because it's Friday. All right, we'll introduce our fuel over 14% NG. My fuel on now. I'm on the side slope, so I really don't want to keep it on for as long as possible. For as short as possible, I should say. Because what happens is all my fuel in this tank drains over to this tank really fast. Moresby 6598, November Tango Echo Taxi.
November Tango Echo, Moresby, go ahead.
November Tango Echo Taxi, I by Goroka 1 POB.
November Tango Echo, copy taxi, no reported traffic.
November Tango Echo. All stations I by November Tango Echo, back taxiing for departure Goroka, all stations I by. If you guys are interested in seeing the landing in here to I by, it's the video just before this one. But it's always exciting. I think 554 meters long, 11% slope. You land long, you hit this mountain. You land short, you hit the cliff down at the end. So, yeah, always keeps you on your toes. I'm coming out of here empty just because I dropped off 800 kgs. There's some medical supplies, dropped off some sports equipment and stuff that was donated from Mr. Buckaroony, another YouTube channel. And he arranged for getting some sport equipment for a lot of the places I fly for, so today was the first day I got to drop some of that off, so thank you. And look how bumpy it is. It actually gives you an AHARS fail. Let me sit here for a second till that gets going again. That's done. Controls, instruments. Already our controls, we have our TAWS off, which is our train awareness system. It will just go freak out on you if you don't turn it off. On takeoffs out of places like this, switches and instruments, we're going back at 7,000 feet. We're empty, so we're just 5,100 feet. So we'll rotate at 53 and 61 if we had to come back in immediately, or when we land in 13 more minutes in Goroka. Our flaps are set at 20. We'll get our trim set up. We'll be committed on basically this first cone right here. So after that point, I'm 100% committed to go. I'm not going to be able to safely stop on the runway, so no matter what, I'm just going to continue going. After takeoff, we're going to pitch for 73 knots just initially, and then pitch for 85 knots for the rest of the climb out. We're only going up to 7,000, we're already at 6,300, so we're only going up 700 feet, so really not that much of a climb, because our base is at 5,300, 5,100, so it's actually lower than where we are right now. All right, igniters, inlet, lights are done, SAR is done. We're 24 degrees at 6,300 feet, so let's do 25. All the way up in between here, so 1,300 for 1,350. Ignition condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses. 1,300 for 1,350. I'll probably start sliding. Yep, there we go. All right, airspeed is alive. There's 53. Go ahead and pull it off. Lower the nose for a second. And we'll just kind of trim out and start getting our flaps out now, because we're almost at the altitude that we want to be. We'll go bypass normal igniters and landing light off. And we might as well just go ahead and bring our prop on back now. Moresby 6598, November Tango Echo, departure.
November Tango Echo, Moresby, go ahead.
November Tango Echo departed on 29er, tracking 060 on climb 7,000, estimating Goroka 41.
November Tango Echo, copy departure. Traffic Goroka Alpha Nova Hotel, hold Fokker 100, Moresby for Goroka, estimating Goroka at 2345. Is on descent now from flight level 300.
Copy Alpha November Hotel. November Echo.
November Tango Echo, 15 miles Goroka, contact tower. 18.7.
118.7, 15 miles no from Tango Echo. Bring our torque on back to 1250. This is such a short flight. We're already almost halfway. We've only got 22 miles yet to go. If you're a flight simmer and you want to try taking off or landing there at iBuy, try it for yourself on Microsoft Flight Sim. I've got a link down below to my Patreon page, and it has a download that you can patch into your game, because it doesn't, this specific runway doesn't have an ICAO code or anything, so it's not on the game, but you can add it to your game and actually experience it for yourself. So check that link down below and start flying. I think I probably have like 70 or more of my flights that I've done here in Papua New Guinea that you guys can experience for yourself. All right, I think I'm going to just go up a little bit right along this edge of this cliff line. We're going to look at the winds here. Now they're going 2 knots here. I had 4 knots of tailwind going into iBuy, so the wind just doesn't know what to do with itself today. So this cliff here, if you're familiar with anything in Papua New Guinea or you've heard names, this is the Chimbu area here. This is Mount Ilambari, and yeah, it's a kind of a shale kind of cliff, so probably wouldn't be that great for climbing if you're into climbing. So I can slow down and show you guys this cliff face a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and start getting some flaps in and slow on down. I think the cliff is just halfway down the middle of it. But 20 degrees, or prop forward as well. As I'm putting these flaps in, the nose is just going to want to jump up. I see how it just jumps up like that if I let go of it. If you're a flight simmer and you're just getting into it, just be aware that that's what's going to happen when you put flaps in. It increases all your lift, so it's just going to want to jump up real fast. Alright, wind's still 2 knots. I think the cliff is, or the cave is way over there. We'll just keep right at the base of these clouds. It's just so smoky, like how hazy it is today. It's been dry all week, so everybody's burning their fires this week and filling up the valleys with just full-on smoke, and you get like 5 miles visibility at some places. Wow, that's beautiful. There's a little cave right there. Be hard to get to though. This other one is a really huge one. Get a little bit closer in so these cameras can catch the thing a little bit better. I have 3 Insta360 cameras, which has been a huge blessing. I can show you guys these kinds of things, because before that it was like trying to position the plane and then it wouldn't catch it or something like that, so. All right, let me turn this way. Some wings level for you guys. There we go. Look at that. All right, well, let's go ahead and bring our prop back. All right, well, let's head on back to Goroka. Let's just pop right over here. We just got 3 knots of wind, so. And head on down through the Takeoff gap.
500.
I got my fuel off, just trying to get a little bit of the imbalance balanced a little bit back out. Looks like we'll be landing with 380 pounds of fuel back into Goroka, which is about an hour and 10 minutes or so worth of fuel. Our selectors, we'll get here in a second. We'll leave our taws off. Our VREF, probably gonna be the same. We're 5,050 pounds, so come down here. So yeah, 61 knots. I've already got that set up. Goroka Tower, November Tango Echo, 10 miles to the call 7,500. Your circuit time 40, copy, Papa Alpha Romeo and Alpha November Hotel.
November Tango Echo, just say again, Goroka Tower here, just say again your estimate, Goroka.
Time 40.
November Tango Echo, copy, this is 35, right, wind light and variable, QNH 1019 and number 1, report left base.
1019er, number 1, report left base, November Tango Echo. If we have to go around, it's power up, 20 degrees flaps, pitch for 73 knots, reset our ITT 740 for the go around. Maneuvers required. Up and harness, we'll get here in a second. We can do harnesses now. Yeah, it looks like they've redone this road. I haven't been out here in quite a while on my motorcycle, but it looks like they've regraded the whole thing, and now it looks really nice. So I am 6.5 miles, and I do not even see the runway. That's how smoky it is. Oh, well, I guess you can see probably too. It's just, there's a layer up there around 8,000 feet, and below, you just can't see anything. So I'm going to hit my OBS here, turn to runway 350, puts a nice little line there for my extended runway. November Tango Echo, joining left base, 35 right.
November Tango Echo, runway 35 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 35 right, November Tango Echo. I'm going to be turning final, 5600, about 20 degrees. A little bit far out than where I normally turn. Going 61 knots on final. Let me start slowing on down. We'll do full flaps. We got checklist complete. And we'll shoot to land a little bit before
500.
500 foot marker. Just because the runway kind of drops off a little bit right past it. And if you land at it and then you miss it a little bit, then you kind of float by it and then you just kind of fall out of the sky onto the ground below you, and it just makes a hard landing. But if you land before it, it kind of slowly slopes uphill, so. All right, a little bit of right rudder pressure on final. I don't know why this airplane likes it, but you gotta do a lot of right rudder pressure on final. Up 5 knots of tailwind, 2 knots of crosswind. Bit of a downdraft. Kind of aim around for the numbers. Another downdraft. And we'll float on by it. Thanks guys for joining on that short little flight. Hope you did enjoy it. If you thought that cave was cool, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys think. If you guys have some new ideas for me, I don't want these videos to become like monotonous or boring, so I am trying to add a little bit more on the ground stuff as I go when I have the time. So I have taken you guys' suggestions on that. But if you have some other suggestions, yeah, I'd really love to hear them. Like I was telling you earlier, if you guys are interested in getting some on the ground content, I put a lot more of that exclusive stuff on my Patreon page. So if you are interested, check the link out down below. I've got quite a few cool little videos to all the places I go to. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.